prepared for Mike.
And I'm sure
veterans didn't like Mike.
I'm sure that's pretty damaging when you're that young.
17,
it's Mike
to come back from that. Yeah,
and it's
the
Mike.
greatest basketball player.
You
ever.
grew up
Certainly at that point
ever.
that you could even make arguments.
He's ripping you, so
Right.
it's like that'll fuck
That's
you
some
up.
trauma.
So people, not only is that trauma, but people have made whatever jokes they've made for 20 years, and now Kwame Brown has resurfaced and addressed a lot of it. And in the past month, he's addressed it with some of our favorite media people, i.e. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson from Up in Smoke, or All the Smoke, I'm sorry. One of my favorite pods, as well as Charlamagne. That has been where most of the focus has been, right?
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith, Jamel Hill. I won't get into all of that because that's kind of been passing. The consistent theme has been whatever's been going on with Kwame Brown, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, and Charlamagne.
Right.
Over the weekend, we saw an apology from Steven Jackson, where he basically said, that was a teammate of mine. Clearly, I hurt his feelings, and I'm man enough to acknowledge when I made a mistake and say that wasn't my intention. I'm not here to tear down black men, demonize black men, or add to anybody's pain, so I apologize. Even if he continues, I'm apologizing, and that's the end of it for me. I'm hitting a round of applause for Steven Jackson because that's commendable. That was followed by an apology from Charlamagne, and I have that here. I'll play it.
When I spoke on, Kwame and his family, how many people were impacted by those things I was speaking on. I mean, that's generational. Okay, I caused pain and unintentionally poked at people's wounds. Okay, wounds that will probably never heal, and I can't take back those words, but I can't apologize. I think oftentimes we, meaning black people, we fight each other with our demons, whether true or false, whatever is the worst thing we know about a person or think we know about a person, we default to that, and that was not my intention. I was not in any way, shape, or form trying to paint Kwame in a negative light, okay? That black man is not my op. He wasn't my op when I said it. In my mind, I'm defending that man, but I should have been defending him as Leonard Charlamagne the God McKelvey, the professional, and not Leonard Larry, whatever you want to call me, from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, talking like I'm home in the town on why I believe they need to leave Kwame Brown alone. That was whack, because the conversation didn't even have to go there. The conversation should have been about basketball. Yes, leave Kwame Brown alone because he achieved a goal and a dream that 1.3% of NCAA seniors
I'm letting it rock.
achieve. And
Let the whole apology rock.
0.03% of high school seniors. You know how much small a number that is? And, that's just simply being drafted in the NBA. If you play 13 seasons and make $65 million, you're a success. Okay? If you work 13 years anywhere and make that kind of money, you're a success. So salute to that man.
It is a
the only
apology
expectation
season.
we have to live up to is our own. That's why I always say success is subjective. Okay? My views of success may be different than yours. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. But we didn't even get into that conversation because my mind automatically went to something that it didn't even have to go to. In doing that, I unintentionally.
All right,
I didn't even think about when I spoke on.
Enough. All right. So there, we have apologies all around the board. This seems to be over. How are we feeling?
Well, he didn't accept.
He didn't accept his apology. He said, "Fuck his apology."
Yeah, he said, "Fuck your
Oh, yeah?
apology."
Yeah.
Yeah, flat out.
Damn.
Like again.
And to that, you say,
I think a lot of it.
can I get your
I'm not really the industry
post-Listerine
dude.
voice? Can I get your post-Listerine voice?
Man, shut up, yo. I'm not the industry dude, but I think that it's damage control. I think that if you were sincere in how you felt, you pushed the black people narrative, you pushed the trauma narrative all the time, and you wouldn't have said that shit. Like, you're a veteran, you know better, you wouldn't have said that shit. That's my personal opinion. That's what people sometimes say about you. Like, yo, you know better, you've been around mad long, you shouldn't be doing certain shit, you know better. And so for him, I think it's the same. And then when homeboy start pulling out personal shit that he knew about Charlamagne retreated. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if the apology was super sincere. You just ain't want the smoke that he was about to bring to you.
Okay.
And I think he don't have to accept that apology. He can keep going if he feel like it. You disrespected me. You don't get to dictate how I respond to your disrespect.
Or when the beef is over.
Oh yeah, the beef it's over when I'm ready for it to be over.
Because that's the other part that I forgot to mention. That after Kwame Brown said whatever he said, allegedly Charlamagne sent cease and desist to both him and Funkmaster Flex.
Yeah.
So then they both responded. Well, they both responded, but Kwame said, you're going to send me a cease and desist where you get to go on the air and talk about my whole family, blah, 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 blah.
And there was things that he didn't
And the
even-
point that he was saying was you were saying stuff about my family that my mother protected me from.
Right.
You were saying stuff about
you broke information.
my dad that I didn't know. You said stuff about my brother I didn't know.
Right,
Like, if anything, you owe, there's a lot more people you owe an apology outside of me.
Correct.
I do like, listen, I DM the brother, man. There's some powerful stuff in what you're talking about. Once you get past, past the surface stuff,
Yeah, I agree.
he talking that shit.
And that's what, like, yo, again, he's talking about the black narrative. He's talking about a whole bunch of shit. How when you get a platform and you get a voice, you start tearing us down, and they'll let you rock. They'll let you rock. Start saying something about some of them other groups. They shutting that shit down. But with us, they'll let you go. You could nigga bitch all day, but you start saying something about somebody else, it's gonna come to a halt. And that's what he's basically preaching. Like, yo, y'all tearing us down. He's like, yo, I'm a bus. My mother lives on a golf course, nigga. He's made $65 million.
People gotta stop bringing people's families into shit.
Yeah,
too.
like, again, if he made $65 million, only us, do you call that a bus?
Right.
That's only with us. Do you call that a bus?
Nobody else does that.
Fucking doctors, surgeons, lawyers, they don't make $65 million in a lifetime, and they parents and they family be bragging about them like they the best shit since sliced bread. With us, we the motherfuckers that'll find a way to nitpick it.
To reference the Michael Jordan doc again, the internet went crazy when Jerry Krause offered Pippen that contract and he took it, right? But when you hear Pippen talk about it, yo, I come from a family of 10. We've been poor my entire life, and I promised my mother that I would do something to take us out of there. So yeah, y'all might be telling me that 10 million over however many years is bad, but at the time,
Nigga, a whole generation hasn't seen $10 million. You take everybody in his family and put them together, and they ain't make $10 million collectively.
yeah. You were saying? Listen, I don't know how to pod anymore, man. I don't know how to pod. Podding used to be such a transparent, organic place, and then big money got involved, and I don't know, man. Let me just
What's it called? Cancel culture?
not even. I want to stay on that point that you were making for 2 seconds. Now that I'm clear in thought, let me try to articulate this. I don't even know how you articulate it.
Just give it to us.
Nah, you gotta be
All right.
be you sometimes.
Yeah, just give it to
Oh,
us. Man.
finally. Oh, shit. Wow. Fine. Yes. Oh, my God. Can I get a drop? Yeah, Jesus, finally. They'll let me be me for a change. Because a lot of people were watching me last year, but not really understanding me. They wasn't feeling me. They wasn't really smelling me. I know I say I'm Thanos a lot. And it's funny, and we laugh and we joke, because we have our inside jokes and we talk behind the scenes. I'll try to share a little bit here now. Last year when I was going on those Spotify rants, the rants saying that, I mean, I'm not even sure what they were saying. I guess I was giving a detailed look at some of the things that I was experiencing behind the scenes. And while that was happening, right, because I'm Thanos, every time I say and do something, there's like a wave of, and that's how the internet and this media game works, there's a wave of people that just start talking. And I am a part of that culture. Let me be clear. So when I say the gig is the gig, there's a lot of people that's trying to do the gig, but don't really know what comes with the gig. And in that, there are a lot of companies that want to do business with people that get the gig, but they don't really get the gig.
I'm following.
Part of the gig is sharing your opinion, articulating your thoughts, and taking the heat that comes with that. Sometimes the participants in this media game, it can get heavy. Charlamagne lost an HBO deal Academics was fucking fired, suspended, or some shit for saying something about whatever he went through. I won't even repeat it.
Yeah, I remember that.
I've gone through my shit. If you're in this media game, you go through some shit. But that Spotify rant, why that moment was heavy for me, was because there was a real live, active smear campaign happening at the time. Right?
Yep, I saw it.
But it wasn't enough to just see it, because if you were on the internet, you saw it.
Right.
But if you know media, right? It all appeared rather orchestrated. It looked planned. It felt planned.
It was a coordinated attack. It looked like
that's how it felt. And I mean, when I started getting word from niggas in jail that there was a smear campaign going on, I'm like, all right, man, niggas in jail shouldn't know about the smear campaign, even though jail looks a lot more fun to visit nowadays. Nowadays, I'm just saying, they're taking pics, they're doing voice notes. I don't know.
Fam,
I don't know. They got
topic, but I've seen some.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Right, but the important part of what I'm saying is, I got on Charlamagne because he appeared to be going out of his way to devalue me. One of the most prominent voices in this media thing, for that one instance where it appeared that I was down, used all of his platforms and all of his might to continue to push the narrative that they fucked it up. Joe fucked it up. Joe don't know business. Now, let me be clear. I'm only bringing this up because I listen to Kwame Brown and I feel him. Kwame Brown is saying, yo, y'all are calling me a bust for the past 20 years when my family comes from poverty.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5% of people make it to where I made it to, and I accomplished my goal. You can't speak for what my goals are. I'm listening to that, and I'm listening to Charlamagne's apology, and it sounds like he gets it. But I don't think he gets it. I think that all of this funk master flex, all of the nasty shit that I'm staying away from because my moral compass tells me to stay away from it, even if I mention it. But all of that stuff is a pow-pow. It make you back up just a little bit. It make you reassess some things. Enter Joe's viewpoint on Duke. Since 2010, he has sat on that platform kicking my back in. When I appeared to be down, anybody that had something negative to say, he spoke to them. He added fuel to anything that was negative Joe. 2010 to 2014, 15, not a mention of an album, music, none of that, but who cares? Because Joe's meteoric rise, it didn't look possible. But then it happened. And then there was still these passive-aggressive attacks to devalue me while I'm trying to gain capital for me and 50 other people. I had a real problem with that. And so did Kwame Brown.
Question for you.
That apology ticked me off. All my people from South Carolina.
Yeah, I wonder.
Charlamagne from South Carolina. Now there's magically a South Carolina brotherhood. Kwame Brown people from South Carolina. Moncks Corner, Sumter, Columbia, 803. Y'all know the vibes. That apology ticked me off. Everything he was saying to Kwame Brown applies. So are you doing it because this is what's in your heart? Or are you doing it because you got some evil shit in you somewhere, you got some passive aggression, some rage, some hate, I don't know what niggas is into on their own time. What's your question for me, Ish?
You just gave a timeline of
of niggas sitting on white people platforms, kicking my back and adding the things that they knew wasn't true.
All right. So
and the second that somebody else says, I'm going to add to something that he says may or may not be true, lawyers come out, cease and desist come out. He's doing interviews. Oh, Joe said he might interview such and such. That was enough for me. That was it. That let me know Joe is evil. Joe is... Nigga, shut up.
So he just adds...
Too many niggas talking about Joe that don't know Joe.
This just adds to my question. If you said from 2010, roughly till now, he's been doing X, Y, and Z to harm you, why do you chop it up with this nigga, man?
The gig is the gig.
That's why I differ.
The gig is the gig.
That's why I
the
differ.
gig is the gig. See, Ish, and this is where I differ. I just said this to Mandy on the phone this morning. She said, how you doing? How's your mental health? I said, Mandy, when everybody chooses their goal in life or their path, you have to take what comes on that path.
You do.
I agree with that.
I chose this.
You're right.
I picked this.
You're right.
They're going to throw their stones. They're going to throw bricks. They're going to want to see me fall on my fucking face. They're going to want to see me rise, fall, get loved, be hated. They're going to want all of that shit. And I'm prepared to get it because I chose this path. I'm with all the smoke. No pun intended.
I agree with you. But what I'm saying is if I know purposely somebody is making a conscious effort to do me harm, whether it's physical, emotional, social, spiritual, whatever the case, financial harm, I'm not talking to you.
We
dog.
just spoke about this.
I'm not kicking it with you. I'm not doing my pull up with you on there. Fuck you.
I disagree with you.
I know.
Let me counter your point.
We two human beings.
Let me counter your point.
I'm not doing that.
But let me put it back to you.
Because then it makes you look phony. If you knew a nigga was shooting for you since 2010 and you sitting there interviewing a nigga in your living room, fuck him. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'll take the gig and I'll take the stranger shooting at me.
I'm off on a tangent, but my brain works weird this way. So just follow me. I was watching an interview. Vlad, fuck you, Vlad, was interviewing some real live street nigga. And the real live street nigga was a part of the Supreme Team and all of this other shit that I won't get into. And that led me down a Supreme Team rabbit hole of Preem and Bimmy and just anybody in that story, which kept me in Queens. And I know some of the people that I was reading about, right? And I started reading about murders, about some Queens street legend niggas that just got killed. And some of those stories were, or did some killing, allegedly. Reading. This is all in newspapers. I'm not, this is all out, right? Don't think I'm that guy. But in some of them stories, what I kept reading was, nigga went to meet up with the plug, yada, 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 yada happened, bodies. And I said, damn, that's interesting. I never put myself in that psyche. I never put myself in the mind of the dude of Power Ghost, the guy that's going to meet the plug, but I really plan on taking this work. That's the gig.
I agree.
There's things that come with every gig you pick. And this gig, me and Charlamagne I've never been to his house.
He's been to your house.
For the gig.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no,
for the gig.
Not in my house.
You better than me.
It's work.
You better than
It's
me.
for the gig.
So the analogy.
It is for the gig.
But the analogy you use.
Let me say this. I'll die for the gig. Let me say that. Because when I'm saying the gig, some people, I'm saying whatever it is that you giving your life to. The street niggas I'm talking about, they die for that gig.
And that's I was going to address that, right? In that game, you have no choice, right? Like, the plug is the plug. You go to pick up, that's part of the game. So you pick, but with you picking and choosing who you can associate with, who you could tie into. Your ties are your choices.
Now let me, all right. Wow, we getting somewhere good.
I wouldn't choose to deal with somebody that I know is purposely trying to do something.
You are thought-provoking for me.
I guess that's good. I guess that's good.
Ish says something and he gets my thoughts to going. Let me reference my famous snowfall scene that I love so much that applies to niggas every day in this content game. Franklin said to Leon, you want to start a war? You want me to be mad?
Because of how another nigga
Because of how another nigga talk? Genius, but everyday niggas get mad at shit like that. What I'm saying is this, Ish. I have no reason to ever be mad at a Charlamagne, even with him doing all of that shit that he did.
You ain't got to be mad, though. It's just saying,
we
like...
don't have to be besties.
Right.
Disagree.
I'm not...
Disagree.
I think...
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
agreeing with Ish a little bit on
Yeah,
that.
I know, but I'm trying to tell y'all something, and then y'all can respond to it. Listen to this. Charlamagne not liking Joe Budden. And damn, see, this is what I wanted the podcast to be, transparent time. Charlamagne not liking Joe Budden is at the lowest of totem poles.
Indeed.
The lowest of the totem poles. He alters nothing for me. He changes nothing in my world. Where I'm going, there's the hedge fund niggas that don't like me. There's the board members that don't like me. There's the racist people at the companies that don't like me. It's the racism in advertising that don't like me. It's real fights with people that do not like me that I have to exhaust energy on to eat and to feed people and to get my... Charlamagne is not that. That's why I get confused when, like, whatever he said, he said something, oh, I know what's going on behind the scenes, and nigga, we are of no relation to each other outside of... Oh, please, you cracking your neck, I want to hear it. Let's do it.
You know that, right? You're saying there are bigger nemesis that I need to encounter to get where I'm trying to go, right?
And I got to talk to him.
Indeed.
I got to deal with him.
And that's my
I got to
point.
communicate with him.
Let me go.
Rub
You
elbows,
have
go to
talk.
dinner with him.
Yeah, you got to talk to them.
Right?
Right? Cool. Granted. That's you have to do that. With regards to him, one, he don't know that the shit he's doing is not going to have long-term effects on your success. You know that.
But wait, how you don't know that?
Because he's trying to... What do you mean he don't know that?
I said, how don't he know that? You say he don't know
He might
that.
be short-sighted. I don't know the guy. What I'm saying is, when he's shut up, man. When he's...
I'm saying they've only tried to kill me for 20 years,
all right,
ish.
so again, all right, so watch this. If a nigga's trying to kill you and they got you in the garage and they set the garage on fire and they lock all the doors, they don't know you got the fucking crowbar in your pocket to get out the door? So because you tried to kill me and you were unsuccessful at doing so, I'm not talking to you because your intent was otherwise. It's the intent. If I'm intending to end you or to harm you, nigga, I'm not chopping it up with you when I see you in the street. You definitely not sitting at my fucking dining room table.
Especially if I don't need you.
Especially if I don't need you.
Like you just said, you have to deal with these execs and shit that
advertising
don't
niggas
like you.
need. This nigga right here, you don't need. So I'm not fucking polying with you. Fuck out of here, nigga.
You lucky I don't know how to crack my neck. Hold up, let me know.
I'm not talking to you, dog. I won't even say hi. First niggas I love,
but I'm not
I stopped speaking to.
Let me know when it's my go.
Double-digit years. I'm not talking to you, and I know you purposely trying to bring me and my family harm. You got kids, dog.
Let me know when it's my go.
It's your go.
Well, first of all, he can't harm me.
That's not the point.
So when you say
But
I got kids,
he might think
if I thought
he might think he can, and that's what it should say.
That's not the
But
point.
let me go. Right here is when you strap me, or not you, but is when I'm strapped against who I am as a person. And that seems to be happening to me a lot lately. And what I mean is this. I support everything he's doing.
So?
It's not him. It's not personalized. Stop. Who I am in my soul and spirit supports all of the black people out there that are actively striving and have a plan and a goal and to get somewhere, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff, right?
It still doesn't put him at your dining room table. I could wish you success from way the fuck over here. That don't mean you at my dining room table. That don't mean I even have to engage in a conversation with you because I want you to be successful and I want you to win. Those two totally different arguments. I'm not talking to you. I'm not shaking your hand. I'm not hugging you. I'm not doing none of that shit. But over there, I want you to win.
I know, but rest in peace, Stack Bundles. This is how he was murdered. And this is a problem for a lot of black people. That's who we are as a people. Okay. We're welcoming, we're helpful, we're forgiving, we're compassionate, we're all of those things. So if you got a fucking thriving media company and I have a thriving media company, like the same shit I was saying about Marlon Rory, like there's too many solutions here for there to be problems. Like what would the problem be? Like the two companies could not even like each other and work together.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah, but when you say
bankrupt your company,
Exactly.
We have nothing to work about.
Can't bankrupt my company, and that
they don't
know.
But wait,
But
and
the fact that they're
and what y'all
trying.
saying is off for me on a tangent. That you can't bankrupt my company leads me full circle back to my Kwame Brown, Charlamagne point, which is if Kwame Brown is from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and made it to something that 5% of people achieve, and you acknowledge that, then what the fuck is the difference from Joe Budden from Washington Projects, whose family is from Sumter, South Carolina, becoming a multimillionaire before your very eyes alone? What's the difference?
It's no different.
You can't shame either.
You're right.
So careful about what you shame when you sit up here on these fucking, you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying now you know where angle he's taking.
No, now I'm not buying him any chicken from Kentucky Fried anymore. I mean, from Kennedy Fried Chicken.
Okay.
Charlamagne don't know me. There's a long list of people out there that speak about me that they don't really know me. But I took offense to that. Why? Because they're trying to get niggas paid. So it's talk about $85 million being generational wealth for where some of us come from. No, $1 million is generational wealth for where some of us come from. A half a ticket. 1.5. 2.5. I'm saying numbers today that I've never imagined myself saying. I'm saying numbers today that I've never learned math on. Let me not get loud. People think I'm erratic when I'm loud. And I'm not erratic. Right? So I went and tore his ass up something nice. Thanos style. Pow pow. Get off me, little nigga. Because I don't play with you niggas.
Man, please don't say pow pow.
Pow pow. Just a little pow pow. But the pow pow, I didn't articulate it right. But everything Kwame Brown is saying was my point. Hey, if we in the black media space, then let's handle it like black media. But some of you are puppets. Some of you are controlled. And some of you are executing interests outside of your own. So why would you attempt to devalue me 100% black owned, black everything plus parks when I'm trying to change the lives of so many people? Let me get it off of me. I pow-powed him really quickly. And in that pow-pow, I said, don't make me go find. I'll go find her. I'll go find, like, if we playing dirty, tell me, because I know how to play dirty. And magically it all stopped. Oh, wouldn't you fucking have it? Magically, it all stopped. And nobody was talking about Thanos anymore. Until recently. Your co-hosts look like they fucking get up and had a hissy fit. Look like you did some bullshit to them. And now Thanos, everybody's talking yet again. And I listened to something that this nigga said while he was talking about me, of course. And he kept talking like, and he did this last time. He's like, oh, we'll see. We'll let the action speak louder than words. We'll see who the prophet is. We'll see who the last one standing is. And I'm listening to this bullshit, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this nigga talking about? We're unrelated. Every time it come up, I keep saying it's unrelated. You don't know what... It's the same thing he said at the end of his apology. You don't know what someone else's troubles are, demons are, successes are. You don't know how they rate things. You don't know how they judge things. All of that stuff is true. And here we are. Kwame Brown says the same thing. He brings up that same point in contention. And what do you know, magically? Shit stops again.
Now, do you...
Shit fucking stops again. I don't have no proof of nothing.
Right, because I was going to say...
I'm just watching how things play.
I get it.
Ice, they added a game now. They think I don't know. Whoever they might be, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm saying I be having the blinders on so much that I'm just focused on me and my people and getting everybody to where they need to go. But the second I try to look to the side and pick up the phone or make a call or get some information... They right back at it again with these nasty behind-the-scenes media games. Shorty say what she say. Now it's somebody hiring a team looking for somebody else to say something. Blah, 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 blah. Is there another girl who was uncomfortable? Nigga, enough of the behind-the-scenes mess. This is just a culmination of behind-the-scenes mess from people.
Because I was going
So when you talk about lawyers and cease and desist and things of that nature, fam, is we playing the game or is we not playing the game? My mutual respect for Charlamagne always came because you didn't appear to be so sensitive. You appeared to take the job, the gig is the gig, and what comes with it, comes with it. If that means you get attacked outside the radio station, if that means niggas say your name, hey, I got punched in the face, hey, whatever comes with the gig comes with the gig. You lose a bag, you get a bag, what comes with it comes with it. Until it starts getting. That's
where I was getting ready. Yeah.
I'm off on a tangent. I didn't want to go off on a tangent. But I have a problem with people nowadays. And boys, this happening a lot. We hanging on to every social injustice. We hanging on to mental health. It's a lot of people hanging on to shit that I'm just watching your day-to-day actions to see if you live that shit or you just talking it. You talking faith or you live by faith. If you a mental health guy, you didn't know that fucking bombarding this man's whole family on the radio would be a mental health thing? Tell me you didn't. And if you sent a cease and a desist, that means that your initial reaction is from business and lawyer shit. It's not from soul and merit and gut. And that's where you lose me at. And that's why I'm not on the internet. I'm a mental health guy. It's still Mental Health Month. We got a couple days left. If you big on mental health, then be big on it at all times. Don't just look to kick niggas when they down or when you got a one up or when your platform is. I'm no longer just talking to Charlamagne. I'm talking about as in a whole. I just see a lot of it. This is not the first time I've talked about this here. I talked about it with Lakeith Stanfield. I've been on this. I trust patterns. I talked about it with me. You just got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. Where's my phone at, actually? Because now, hey, while I'm on this topic, let me not leave this topic. I'm here to pod today. Here's my point.
Here's a Joe Budden.
This is logic.
Okay. I'm going to read it word for word. Here's a Joe Budden song. I'm going to read it word for word like he read mine.
Here we go. You ready?
Pump, pump, pump.
It's the chorus.
Pump.
Yeah, logic.
He sound like Siri.
Pump.
Yeah, logic.
Pump it up. Pump.
Look at his face.
Pump.
Get to the verse, dog.
Pump.
Nah, nigga, get to the verse. Come on, nigga. I was talking that shit. Come on.
Pump.
Oh, he's still reading.
This is
See?
exact.
This is not
Pump
fun.
it up. We gonna do it like Let me get my glasses for this. Where are my glasses?
Thank
I need
you.
to make sure I'm doing it to justice and I'm reading it correctly. It's very important.
Ha ha ha.
Look.
Ha ha ha.
Pump it up if you came to get crunk.
No. Oh, he know the words better than me.
With a dame. With a dame. Excuse me.
Sorry.
With a dame.
Dame,
Okay, here we go. Let's start again.
dame. Come on.
He deserved.
That was logic.
What was the point of that? Like, what was that
I don't
for?
understand.
To say your
Of course you don't understand this. Let me help you.
Your club record was bad lyrics? What's he saying?
Let me help Ish. Logic is Mr. Mental Health. Logic, I may have said some bad things about in the past.
Okay.
Logic said Joe Budden forced him into retirement by saying really mean things. Logic later said, I was suicidal
Because
and my mental health was in bad shape because of the things that Joe Budden said. Logic, you're not hearing me yet, put out a single with the suicide prevention number as the phone number.
as a song title.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm sorry. As the song title.
I remember that.
Do you see where I'm going with people that say they're one thing, but their actions say something else? Now let's insert Thanos back into this. Is Logic ever going to say anything to hurt Joe Budden's feelings? Let me help everybody. Some of y'all in here that know me, Ish knows me. Is Logic going to say anything to hurt Joe Budden's feelings?
No.
Is Charlamagne going to say anything to hurt Joe Budden's feelings?
No.
Is, what's the girl called? Is she going to say something to hurt Joe? It don't matter. Is she going to say something to hurt Joe Budden's feelings? No. There's a list of people else. Is say something to hurt Joe Budden's feelings? I want to get the list out of the way. Because that's the thing that I need people to know. Like, I got blinders on and I'm focused on what I'm focused on. I don't give a fuck about nothing that you niggas say. But walk it like you talk it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk it like you talk it. Any mistake I made, I just made it organically. I didn't know. It wasn't another agenda. I wasn't trying to hurt somebody. I wasn't malicious. I wasn't robbing and stealing. I'm talking about in adult life. It's only been an attempt to help people. Will I make a mistake along the way? You fucking right, I'm human and I embrace my imperfections. But the second I say something about Logic back, and you know who's gonna feel bad? Me. Know why? Because I'm a fucking mental health guy.
No, I don't like that.
Now, since you want to pull out clips, and I'm going to do this and move right along, I got a clip that I've been dying to play for you. Some of y'all don't know, because I'm a mental health guy, I save videos in my phone that make me feel good. Yesterday, I saved one, the one-armed nigga at the court was going, he's dunking on everybody. Sean Kemp, tomahawk, boom, crossover, switch it up. Oh, he's going crazy out there. I saved it. It makes me feel good. But I have another video here. Hey, you guys talk while I find this video.
Okay.
Okay.
That's talking.
Here it is. I found it. Because Ish didn't. Do you know who Logic is?
No, I ain't.
Do you know that he's biracial?
No. I don't know who he is.
He's biracial.
Okay.
That's been like his thing.
Why?
Like he was reminding people that a lot.
Why you stop?
No, he did. He's reminded people that a lot.
He raps about being biracial.
Right.
If I'm getting all my gripes out the way,
Okay.
one of my gripes with Logic is that he says he's biracial.
All the time.
All the time, but he looks white. He don't look like. But, so here's one of the videos I have, and I'm going to play it for the people that don't know that Logic is biracial. Ready?
I'm just as white as that Mona Lisa. I'm just as black as my cousin Keisha. I'm biracial, so bye, Felicia.
Where a biracial baby was born to a black father and a white mother.
With an urge to break free of this biracial jail cell.
Black daddy, white mama.
Cole's biracial, Drake's biracial, Obama's biracial.
My father's black, yeah.
And your mom is white.
Yep.
We always saw things from two sides.
The biracial community as well. Blood is the slave and the master. In my lineage was the slave and the master.
Wait, stop that. He said my blood is the slave and the master.
Black, you're not black.
My mama white, my daddy black. It half white, half black. I had to incorporate it. It's crazy how everybody's so obsessed with my race.
Everybody want to tell me what I am.
Now I'm playing the whole
You a
thing.
Black, you a motherfucking white.
I'm playing the whole
Why you
thing.
always talk about being
Logic,
black?
you better watch your fucking mouth and leave me alone.
With another verse about how much I'm black again. The kids in school
Oh my
calling him
God.
a cracker. Identifying as black, looking as white, being told what you can or can't be. This kid went through everything. See, I'm half white and half
Damn, how long
He's
is
still
this video?
going.
He's still going.
every time somebody asks
This is a Royce album. Royce, you should be ashamed of yourself.
me, white rapper Logic. Oh, and I was just like, never talked about it. And I was like, man, it's so great being a white rapper. White. And
For me, I'm proud to be biracial.
Logic. Hear me and hear me good. I love you.
Start with love.
No, I'm keeping it love. I'm keeping it love. I realize a lot of people take me wrong because I don't give a fuck about them. But y'all shouldn't personalize that. I just don't give a fuck about y'all. That's not I don't mean that as offense to you. I don't mean to spite your being in existence. Logic, I will never give a fuck about nothing you say, but I love you and I wish you well. I wish you peace. I wish you understanding. I wish you, fam, let it go. Just let it go.
Well, some people can't let
Just
it go.
let it.
Not saying he can't, but some people can't let it go, Joe.
Logic, Charlamagne, who else? Ebony K.
What's wrong with Ebony K?
Ebony K. Williams did an interview recently, and she said that I professionally ghosted her.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what is professionally ghosting? No, you move.
Why you move the mic?
Yeah. Brooklyn. That's the
Brooklyn.
That's what my dog used to do when he didn't want the food. Want no broccoli, nigga. I don't know when it's okay to be Joe. Y'all answer it. What is professionally ghosted?
Does anybody know what I mean?
You were on the show with her.
We did a show. It was great.
You had.
Did you know her before the show?
No.
You had a professional relationship with her.
Yes.
Correct.
Maybe she wanted to work with you further, and
maybe
the second that the show was
and Ebony is great, so please don't
no.
mistake anything that I'm saying. Ebony is great.
Yeah, she is.
But was she joking when she said that?
Ish.
Anyway, right?
I don't know.
I'm just trying to wrap my head around what professionally ghosting means, because I'm looking at the flip side of that as
it's never what it means. It's what you imply, and what she was implying. Part of me was, hey, we did a show. It was great. When the show ended, I never heard from Joe. And then I went on to do a deal with Charlamagne. I did a podcast or something with Charlamagne, and maybe that's why I didn't hear from Joe anymore. So it's just a picture that you paint. And it's like, am I not calling somebody because you did a deal somewhere? Like, it's a lot of people that don't know me speaking about their experience. But shut up, huh?
Did she call you?
Like not out of the ordinary. She was married.
No, I'm not even talking about she calling you for no pipe. I'm talking about.
I didn't say that, but what I'm saying is, what do I look like calling my married co-host off work hours? I be thinking I'm being respectful, and people take it like.
That's what I was kind of saying. The flip side of that would be if you were calling her, it would be
no. I
you
asked
bugging.
if she called you. She might have called you on a Saturday at 12 o'clock to discuss some business, or she might have called you multiple times, and then you not answered. She might have felt professionally ghosted. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to shoot her some bail.
Well, continue to shoot her some bail, because I personally don't understand it, and that's where some of my gripes start to coming from, and letting people just paint you with their brush. Professionally ghosted. That's back to my point earlier about that I was saying to Parks about things being out of my control about how people view me now, how people speak to me, what people will and will not say to me. It's true. It's true-ish.
I'm not disagreeing with that. No, I'm just saying that I don't know what your relationship was like with her.
I hired her.
Still doesn't speak to you
directly. Me, not Revolt, not a Revolt executive. Me.
Okay, and you guys had a great work relationship.
Stupid me amazing. Couldn't be better. It's on tape.
No,
see, that be my thing. Stupid me be thinking when you have these amazing experiences with people, and you leave. Then they're left with that amazing experience, and that's what they would shit. Hey, if I met you one time, actually, you tell me all the time, a toy dude. I don't know him, but you say every time y'all got up, you had a blast. So when you share those stories, that's what I got. I be thinking everybody do that, and they don't.
Nah, it's real. It's happened. I'm sure everybody in here, like you thought you had a good relationship with somebody, and then some third party calls them and they shit on you. You'd be like, yo, that was my nigga.
Well, I thought it was.
I thought it was. It happens. I wouldn't say she shit on you, but
no, she didn't shit on me.
But you leave a lot of room for people to interpret it the way they would like, especially in this climate with everything that you're going through with females, et cetera, et cetera.
And you a lawyer, so I take that a different way, because law is you leaving things open to interpretation.
No, with you being a lawyer, and I've seen a Revolt show. She's a really articulate chick, and
she's
she
great.
can convey whatever she thought she wants to convey. So when you're that good of a communicator, you don't leave that open space for somebody to interpret it negatively. You get what I'm saying? Unless you did it on purpose.
I was about to say, unless that's the goal.
And we don't have to stay here. It just was in lieu of the conversation that we were having.
No, again, and if you're saying that you had a really good relationship with her, right? People were going to interview your old coworkers, your old female coworkers, and if this is my nigga. That was my man right there. As a matter of fact, I miss him. I'm about to call him and curse him out because I wished him happy birthday and he didn't say nothing back. I'm going to curse you out, nigga, but you my man.
You going to see, Ish going to keep talking and I'm going to start having real talk. You're going to keep talking. I'm going to start having, cool. I had real talk and y'all took it out. Yeah. I'm not real talking no more.
That's cool. I'm not you get what I'm saying? Like, yo, you my nigga. Like,
on to me being dark, where we at? The hour mark? Oh, right. No, I could get cooking right now.
I
could cook in the hour mark. Let me boil some water at least. Can I boil some water? The kitchen might get steamy. It's cool. Ish, now that I'm dark from the internet, I step back and I just got time to look at shit. And when I looked at what happened last time with, you wasn't present with the last shit, it was one interview pops up on a Friday. Then another interview pops up on a Saturday. Then something else pops up on a Monday. And now people with their platforms get to talking about it for the next
week,
however many weeks, right? And that was last time when I thought there was a smear campaign. I thought, and could maybe provide some thinking as to why I thought that, right? Now, dark. I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep it pushing because pods ain't for real talk. Did my pod? Granted, I'm accountable for that one.
Yeah.
I take that one. I own that. Mistake.
Happens.
But what happened after that was Marissa did an interview with Adam 22. She had did that the week before, but it's coming out a week later. She did that. Do I think that Marissa or Adam were plotting against me? No. But it happened. Right after that dropped, Maul and Rory dropped. Right after that, that was a Sunday. Right after that, the other thing dropped on a Monday. That thing I had got a call about 3 months ago from a lawyer.
Timing.
And 2 days after that, Ebony drops.
Blood in the water, buddy.
And 3 weeks from there, no, you kick me when I'm down, I get up with your leg. What's my line? What's my line of Monopoly?
That's a good one.
What's my Monopoly line, Ish?
You gotta kill
You gotta fucking kill me. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? I don't play dead. You better make sure I'm gone. Listen, man, come on, let's move on. I hate when people start getting to sweating and shit and worried about what I'm about to say. It's okay, man. Come on. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got?
Hey, I kid.
What else we got?
Fam.
Versus.
This your platform.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
not
yours.
worried. I'm not worried about
And
what you-
yours.
No, I'm not worried about
And you guys.
But you wear the brunt.
You wear the
You
brunt.
do. That means you don't know me. I'm nobody. I'm going back to
Nah, don't do that. You somebody. No, you somebody. Don't do that.
Yo,
You gotta wait.
They recognize you in Home Depot now.